Confirmed that 2 top prosecutors have resigned from that office. A spokesperson
that they made a decision. I think they made a decision because they were paid. And you guys helped me get through that. Watching you guys calm me, help me get through that.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have Lena. I can never figure it out. And then we have Deann, right?
Yeah.
Deann. And what, do you have a YouTube channel as well? What is your YouTube channel?
It's Deann Shield Maiden Tarot.
Shield Maiden Tarot. I'll have all that information down below. But we're kind of doing this, you know, Deann and I already had a collaboration appointment to go and do this, but we've added Lena because of the breaking news of the 2 investigators from Trump organization resigned. And so we just wanted to kind of read on that real quick. Hang on a minute and I will play a little bit of what is going on. Hang on a second.
This is all coming into us in the last couple minutes, has confirmed that 2 top prosecutors have resigned from that office. A spokesperson for the office says the investigation is ongoing. We are grateful for their service, not commenting further. Let me bring in our investigative correspondent, Tom Winter, who has been all over this story from the start. So Tom, MSNBC legal analyst Danny Ceballos is joining us too. Tom, 2 top prosecutors stepping down, it seems rather abruptly, even as there are discussions that have been happening, you know, related to the investigation very actively. What is going on here?
Right. So a couple of different things, Hallie. First off, the prosecutors, Carrie Dunn and Mark Pomerantz, important to this investigation for 2 different reasons. First off, Carrie Dunn has been a part of this investigation for some time. He's the attorney, part of a team, but really the person who shepherded this case through the Supreme Court when it came time to try to fight for, and you remember, because we've talked about it often, the subpoena over getting Trump's tax returns and tax documents from his tax preparer, Mazars USA. They were able to win twice in the Supreme Court, largely on Dunn's shoulders. So he's been an important part of this. And then last summer in July, when Alan Weisselberg, the former CFO, was charged, then the current CFO, as well as the Trump organization, he was the one who presented charges in court. He was about 20 feet in front of me when he delivered a kind of a blistering open to his case, detailing what Weisselberg, the person who you're looking at on screen, as well as the Trump organization allegedly did and why they were bringing the charges. So Dunn's been a big part of this picture for a while. As far as Pomerantz, he was hired out of private practice, a former prosecutor himself, somebody who had really steeped in his knowledge of complex tax and financial cases, as well as white collar fraud type cases. He's somebody we've previously reported who was involved with interviewing some of the key witnesses in this case. So somebody who's conducting a lot of the questioning of this. People might be wondering where is all this going to go? So over the past, I would say 2 months, things have been quite quiet in this investigation. Towards the end of the year, there was a flurry of activity. We were told, it was reported at the time, involving the grand jury. We had actually a reporter had come public that he was called before the grand jury. So that happened at the end of the year. Now, we had a new district attorney come in, Alvin Bragg, former federal prosecutor. It's normal, and I and other reporters didn't blink twice when there were several weeks where things were fairly quiet in this, because of course you've got a new person who's captaining this investigation, obviously wants to get up to speed, figure out what's going on. That makes sense. However, over the last month, there's been crickets as far as new steps in this investigation, additional people being called before the grand jury, anybody receiving a subpoena. We typically hear about that through the rumor mill and have tracked that down. And we've talked about those steps in this investigation before. So a couple of different things. We'll have to piece it together and do more reporting about what they mean. But the 2 kind of top people who are handling this investigation, the only criminal investigation that we know about involving the president's finances and directly involving his company, are out and this investigation has been quiet for at least a month.
So really, they really don't give a what could happen, what does this mean kind of a situation.
No. And what does it mean? And it's so hard to get a take on it.
Yeah.
Cy Vance resigned in slow motion. Remember, Cy Vance is going to resign at the end of the year. This was last year and stuff. So that retrospectively, you have to ask, why was he going to resign anyway when this is the case of a lifetime, the trial of a century? Why? But we didn't question it because we assumed decent man and that he would hand it over to someone. Either Cy Vance was corrupt and we didn't know it and played all his cards close to his chest and deliberately ushered in this. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I know.
But Alvin Bragg, his replacement, who's got to Alvin Bragg? That they are 3 years into this investigation, millions of documents, millions. They've had a grand jury impaneled for God knows how long, longer than any other case in American history. And he's sitting there twiddling his thumbs. So what is the story with Alvin Bragg?
Well, let's read on them if you want. Do you want to do that? Oh, Lena, there you are. You want to read on?
Sure. I'm sorry. I'm so agitated by this. I can't believe it.
Yep.
So how should we ask the question? What do you want to ask? Why?
Yeah, what question is, so let's go into just reading on him and see what we come up with. And then we'll read on the whole situation, how it ties into the whole investigation, see what we come up with.
Okay.
Let's do that.
What's the story on Alvin Bragg? What's the story on Alvin Bragg? Why am I hearing Russia? Why am I hearing Russia? Oh, Christ. These are not good cards. It could be my poison fingers because I'm so distressed.
What did you get, Deann?
I'm gonna let you guys go first, just because I'm still.
Get out my situationals too, because mine are mixed. It's a mixed bag of victory and the moon, you know, holding back, and the world's involved, like the world are involved. I also have the Three of Water, which is the Three of Cups, the community, you know, like the friends involved. I also have Chariot, which is a victory or moving forward. It's just like a mixed bag of everything.
Yeah, I know.
Organization with an Emperor.
No, mine is just really weird. Right in the center, we have the Three of Pentacles that can be okay normally, but it is the only card in the tarot with black pentacles. It can also be the card, obviously, of black money changing hands. His obstacle, broken heart. I'm wondering if he hasn't been threatened, frankly, because right opposite that, look, this is the ruthless. The ruthless Five of Swords and Bragg's broken heart. He's kept everything under wraps with the Hermit, and it finishes with the Devil.
Oh,
Well, so far I got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I'm getting that, you know, about delays and bad timing.
Yeah.
A late start, restrictions, broken communication. And the Seven of Cups, the confusion, delusion type card, has to do with money. And it has to do with this jerk here.
Mm,
With Trump, money. Yeah, it's that they made a decision. I think they made a decision because they were paid. There's somebody that was paid off by him or by Russia,
yeah.
maybe, you know, in his benefit.
Mm. So what do you think, Sheila?
Well, let's go for it. So
Thanks,
I also
Deann.
got the, go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, I was just thanking Deann. I think that was a good read.
Very good. I also have the World and the Nine of Cups, wishes fulfilled, the world and the wishes fulfilled. So and then I got the devil and the hangman.
Ugh.
Yeah, so the devil and the hangman. So here's my thought though, is Letitia James is not going to let go of this.
Mm.
So I feel like she has something in the back burner, like she was aware of the situation. She was aware of things going on, and she pulled back something that's going to work over here, because if they mess that up, she's got her backup.
The problem is hers is a civil case. They can't put people in jail. They can fine them. She can disband Trump.org, which would be a very big deal. And I did a read on it yesterday, the nuclear option, as it's called there.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing she had in her favor was all her findings could be sent to the criminal case.
Elevated. Yeah.
At the bottom of the
Let's
deck was
see.
Kavanaugh. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Kavanaugh. Injustice. Look at that, how dark that card is.
Ugh.
Well, let's see what the backlash of this is. What is it? What damage? What really is going to, what does this really mean? Let's ask that question. I've been afraid to ask, but let's just dig into it. Good, bad, or indifferent. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, what does it really mean? Oh, Lordy.
I mean,
Oh, wow. That's weird.
what did you get, Lena?
Well, I got that it's what does this mean
Yeah.
for the case? This is a major burden. He is a major burden. He's at a crossroads. It's like it's 2 minutes to midnight now, not 5 minutes. He could pull back and do the right thing or not. There's a weird impulsive thing going on into the headwinds. He is in the thrall or the pay or the influence of the emperor in some way. I don't think it's Trump. I wouldn't rule Giuliani out of this scenario.
I wouldn't either.
Okay. Now, Giuliani ran SDNY for 20 years or whatever. You don't come out of that sort of job with that much power and don't have people in there who owe you favors.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Also,
Or he has things on.
Yeah.
Lev and Igor, he had the Russian connections as well, independently. Has Giuliani done this? We'll have to ask in a second, but I'm getting a Giuliani vibe. This is the theft of justice, and the outcome is the fool. But who's the fool?
Well,
What did you
I
get?
got again, this guy is the fool.
Who looks
But
like Trump? Yeah.
It is Trump.
Oh, it is
Sitting there
Trump. There's
admiring
Trump out.
himself.
Oh my God.
With all his money, I'm still the king. I won the election. He's trying to get out of jail. He's trying to keep from having justice. It has to do what people have done, because I think there's a lot of people that are involved in this, that it may be more than one person paying them off, trying to keep their butts out of the fire. So
Yeah, look at that.
it's maybe more than one person. I don't know, but I got that it has to do with money and has to do with, trying to keep him from going to jail.
Yeah.
Well, I have got some really interesting cards here that I think in the end, we may still have justice for this, because I got justice in the Ace of Cards, or Ace of Pentacles right off the bat. Justice and the Ace of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
So with these two together, this is a win-win, right? But
Yes.
going forward, so right off the beginning, this was a nice case set, good evidence. We also have the King of Swords and the Two of Wands with achieving first play, the planning, the judges were all on board, and then we hit the blockade of self-imposed and timeout. So this is something internally, something has went wrong, and they did it to themselves. This is what
Pendulum's saying they paid off. Somebody got paid off.
they did it to themselves, self-imposed.
So was Alvin Bragg playing a long game?
Yeah, I think so, because of the love and the love, and then we have betrayal. We have beware of deceit and betrayal. So the love of like Giuliani, love of Trump, love of Putin, whoever he was emboldened to the love of that, so he was able to deceive. Now, I asked, after this is all over with, and it kind of washes up on the shore, lays out its shells and exposes itself, what happens after that? And I got lockdown, mental lockdown. I also got TikTok. And then at the end of that is the nightlife. Somebody messed up there. They did not cover their butts well. Somebody messed up the nightlife, the showing, getting drunk, talking too much, and the nightlife. So so that was the thing at the end of the whole thing, was the card right here that really got to me, is like he didn't cover his butt well. Something has happened where they found out. They're tracing something, and it's TikTok. They're going to find out, and then a lockdown, meaning that at the end of the day, they're going to lock down their case.
And I did ask the pendulum if Alvin Bragg was playing the long game, and I got yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still there? Was he the one that resigned real quick?
No, Cy Vance left, leaving Alvin Bragg.
And who are the two that resigned just recently?
They're two of the top prosecutors. These are huge teams, but the main guy is Alvin Bragg.
Okay, and he's the one that resigned.
No,
he's the one that came
he's the
in.
one who's slow walking, not calling back the grand jury, taking his time.
Gotcha. He's
and
the one
driving the
one that has-
prosecutors to resign. He is not looking good.
No. So let's look at Letitia James and see what she has. She seems to be the one that is managing the chaos the most.
Okay.
Let's see what she comes up with.
I read on her yesterday and she was fine. So let's see today.
I just said that. See, I keep on getting that feeling one more time that she has her stuff neatly in a package over here on the shelf. Like they can't get to it.
Yeah, but they don't have to get to it. It's civil.
Well,
that's the big problem.
She can do.
They don't need.
She can do damage, just not as much damage as we want.
Yeah. What's she going to do? Fine them? What's she going to do? Disband the organization? I'll start again in 5 minutes. It undermines everything she's accomplished.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so upset. I can't.
Well,
believe this. I cannot.
I know we were really counting on this. I understand, but this is not the only one. We still have Georgia, and we still have the January 6th, and also him stealing those things. I mean, I just want to put out there.
There's no shortage of legal cases coming up, right? No, they've been going on for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
But the only one that threatened him and all of them with jail was this one.
Mm-hmm.
The only one. He's not going to be sent to jail for a terrible phone call to Georgia asking for things. He should have, but he's not. This is the one that matters.
All right, let's see what happens.
She's still got good cards, I have to say. Letitia's still got good cards.
Oh, yeah.
I got.
Go ahead, Deann.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Letitia James. Okay. She's had enemies, you know, in the past that have been causing her, she got the 3 of Wands in reverse. They've been causing her to be restricted, you know, having a lack of progress, not being able to move forward. She also got the Star. And so she's having hope and faith that things are going to work out well, that she's going to be able to get somebody to be able, I think she might have somebody that's going to blow the whistle, that's going to be negative. It's going to make things clear, and they are going to go down. So I'm hoping I'm reading those.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I got for her, she's still the courageous new leader. She is the Queen of Wands. Like you said, Sheila, I think she's keeping some of her powder dry, keeping it secret with the Hermit, and ultimately the Empress. Very bountiful. So her cards are still okay, but oh my God.
Well, I also got Justice in the Sun for her.
Yeah.
Justice in the Sun for her. And then I got Death for the King of Pentacles, the end of Trump and his money. It's like she put such a hurting on that boy that they cannot like recover. And this is what we've been wanting for a long time. And then the Hermit, they have to go into hiding and slow their roll. Like there's nothing, you know, like they're going to fade away into the darkness when it comes to this. I understand that there's nothing here that gives like a big old huge powerful punch, but I also got High Priestess and the King of Cups. And the High Priestess and the King of Cups is like the people are thinking of him. The people are going to, you know, are not as following him as much. It's like the whole shift in the people. I also got Crickets, which is he's gonna go down. He's not gonna do anything, and history. He's gonna go down in history with the family ties to what he was doing, and then we have the Lost. So I keep on thinking to myself,
oh my God,
you know, it is a damning situation, and I understand that. But it just seems to me that we still have a little hope, and especially with Letitia James, even with all of the stuff that she does, you know, he doesn't have money as it is. And if she it dismantles his thing, he doesn't have enough money to bring it back up.
And no one will lend to him.
No, he can't lend.
Except Russia and except the UAE.
Yeah. Well, I keep getting that in June, there's going to be a whole bunch of information coming out about him that's really going to hurt him, and he will mentally decline more and more and more. But in June, I see a lot of stuff coming out for him. So
for Trump, you mean?
Yeah, for Trump. And May,
June,
there's going to be a lot of legal things coming out for him this spring that it's going to just, he's not going to be able to testify in court. He can't tell the truth. So I think they're going to try to say he's going in mental decline, which he might be, and then try to use that as an excuse for him. But I'm really hoping that those cards are right, because I keep getting May and June.
Well, let's read on what's against Trump and what is his future from outside influences. I don't like reading on Trump anymore, trying to give what he has, because he has this ego. He's going to win. There's nothing wrong. I'm still president. You know, I'm sick and tired of those cards, because he really has that BS that comes out of that. So let's read what is and the outside influences that are going to happen to Trump and a little bit into the future and see what's going on.
All right.
This energy is an anger energy. Can you feel? I normally am pretty stable. I fancy myself a stable Gemini. However, I'm feeling it. I mean, I could just literally, you know, if there was a Trumper in front of me, I probably could blast him real easily, walk away, you know, maybe tomorrow feel guilty, but do it.
I know. I can't.
And I'm normally really optimistic. Sorry, Deann.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't even go out to lunch with my friends that are Trumpers, because I just can't deal with it right now.
No, but I'm normally optimistic in the sense things are for a bigger picture and a longer game, and let's have, you know, just be patient and all of that. But this
I've been
was the
feeling-
one. Rico was the one.
I know, kind of hit wrong. I get that. All right, let's see what I'm going to put on. I'm going to put me on mute because I'm a loud shuffler. So
Okay. So we're talking the influences on Trump in the next little while.
What are the outside influences on Trump? The next little. Oh, got my cards mixed up here. Hold on.
Oh, I've got a sort of wedge thing going on here. Interesting. Will I go?
yes,
Yes,
please go for it.
Okay, in the middle. Now, 5 of Swords. This keeps coming up today. I wonder why.
Yeah.
This is the ruthless fighter, but other people are so shocked and appalled by this guy, they no longer actually want to even fight with him. They're walking away. So that's the tone in the middle. In other words, becoming more isolated, which is happening every week. He's more isolated. But where the wedge is between Letitia James, Queen of Swords. This is my Nancy Pelosi, Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So it's like, that's what I mean. They're like boxing him in between them with January 6th and the stuff that Letitia's doing. He's putting pressure from both sides. He's juggling that, but I don't know for how long. They'll have to come up with a new strategy in light of everything we're talking about today to keep this pressure on so it can't be seen as a victory for him. I think this is the key.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good observation there.
Mm,
That just took my brain onto a whole new tangent.
yeah. Yeah. I think so.
What did you get?
Cannot be allowed to go whoop-de-doo over this.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's Nancy. I mean, Letitia's got enough on her plate. That's yeah. I'd put money on them being on the phone tonight, your time.
Right? What did you get, Deann?
Okay, I got again the Justice card, the Kavanaugh card. I see a woman, which I think Letitia James, she's going to find out some things with some documents that are not, something with some documents that they're going to find out that's going to come out that is going to give her a direction, a new direction to go.
Mhm.
It's going to have to do here with the FBI, CIA, whatever, police. It's something that they did. Said I got the chaos card, something that she's going to find out. Knowing. Leaves a sour taste in his mouth, and it's a shit storm that's going to cause a shit storm that has to do with money. So there's some sort of documents I'm getting that she's going to find that are coming out.
What is that deck, Deann?
It's Andrea. It's Lilac Tarot deck.
Yeah, I have to get you on with Lilac. I'm
Yeah.
gonna collaborate that. You will love it. She created her own deck, and she not only created her own deck, she drew.
Oh, bless
Oh, it's
her.
fantastic.
I love her.
I need to get one too. I
Yeah.
adore her too.
Yeah.
So this is very interesting. So I asking that big old huge circle of a
Yeah.
question. What are the outside influences that are going to get Trump, right? I have on the top row, I said, what is it that they're looking into? And I got the Knight of Wands, the passionate, the charming, the news, that he gives out. But what's underneath that is gluttony. They're finding the truth about his words, what he's been saying. I also got the 10 of Pentacles, wealth. And then I got delusion. Lots and lots of delusion underneath that. And then I got the 9 of Pentacles where he's going, ooh, I have created such a world, this, that, and the other. And then I got the devil.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
right?
Smash.
Underneath all of that, all of his words. So what they're figure out and how to do and what to look for with him is listening to his words, listening to his story. He will tell you everything that is wrong if you just listen to him. And it talks, and it has right here the Ace of Pentacles, the opportunity, this, that, and the other. And then you have the Knight who, and you can see the bird is stealing his money.
Mhm.
The bird is stealing his money. And we also have playing the chess, but the guy that's playing chess, he doesn't look very well. He looks pretty dead. And his, he's playing the game, but he's like that dark angel playing the game. And here's in the long run is that he's going to be,
Letting his own.
exactly. He's dealing his self unaliving himself, with his problems and what he's doing.
Yeah.
And not literally, but you know what I mean? He's
Well,
just
maybe
acting.
literally, because what happened during the week was, right now with Trump, how he's got away with so much for decades is he never sends an email, right?
Yep.
There's no trail to prove that he ordered anything, right? And his defense lawyers in several of these big cases have been taking the line, look, he's so busy as CEO, he doesn't follow any of these things. So, somebody could do something and he wouldn't know. That was their defense for him. Right? But he went out during the week and goes, I know everything about my company.
Yes.
Right? I know everything that goes on. And his lawyers were going, oh.
Yep.
So this is exactly, what you were saying.
It's what they're starting to do is, listen to his own story is what is catching him.
And Lawrence
Remember
Tribe said during the week, no one testifies against Trump better than Trump.
Yeah.
Remember the cognizant test he did? He was showing that he knew the difference between an elephant and if I couldn't pass this test, I passed this. I'm the best. Okay, well, you can't play insanity then. If he's saying
Correct. You passed your test, right? You were good to go. No insanity here. Yeah, exactly. The interview and the gossip. Now, the interview is in every one of his interviews. He tells a little bit more of his demise.
Yeah.
And here is pretty jealousy and envy. It's in his interview where he's acting jealous or envious. He blurts out what it is, and it's just a literal roller coaster with him. One day he's good, one day he's bad, one day this, that, and the other, and they're just following the roller coaster at this point in time.
Yeah.
So that was really good observation about that. They're starting to pay attention. I really hope that this man, we're done. This country is done. We are exhausted with this. But there's also one more. Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott just put out a news thing, if you guys have watched this, where in the state of Texas, if anybody, including the teachers and stuff like that, if they know that there's a trans child, they can turn the parents in and get them arrested for child abuse if they're taking any trans medicine, if they're a trans child, if they can out them, they can, and it talks about any doctors that are helping these trans children, anything. So I want to read on that and see if this is going to stick or how far he can get with that.
Yeah, because the thing with Greg Abbott is he was bad to start with, and now he's under pressure. He keeps thinking, it's a bit like DeSantis. You just go harder and worse. They're following the Trump playbook, right?
Yes.
But not everyone can pull that off.
Yeah, who can destroy a human being faster, DeSantis or Greg Abbott?
They're in a race.
They're in a race, and I'm not sure who's winning yet because DeSantis says you can't say gay anymore in Florida. So I mean, it's just
Florida. Excuse me.
I had a dream the other day that Florida was covered with water all the way up into almost the Panhandle. Did you have the same dream?
I have had the same thing for a few years because it's on sea level.
Yeah, I just
right?
have
And
the whole
global
thing
warming.
is gone. And I
If you live in
find-
Florida, move to higher ground, really.
in my mind, you see, in the dream, I'm watching this water just cover the whole thing of Florida and all the way up to almost the panhandle. And I'm saving people. I'm like, get out, you know,
Mhm.
Democrats. I mean, get out.
Get out.
Yes.
You know, I've noticed too about Trump, anything he accuses the Democrats of doing, he's doing.
Yes, that's right. And it's always been a clever tactic for him over the years. You just blame the other person for doing what you're doing.
First.
And what he's really good at is doing things in the open, because most people have the reaction, well, if he's talking about it, it can't be that bad. It's very clever. It's the only clever thing he's ever done. But it's like, that was a perfect phone call with Ukraine. So if you only dip into the news or you only watch Fox, you're not thinking this is a threat to democracy. You're thinking, oh, well, you know.
No big deal. Yeah.
Well, sorry,
Okay.
I've forgotten the question.
Greg Abbott. Let's see what his
Greg
little boy in Texas, if that just, how far he's going to get with that.
Greg Abbott.
With this new thing. I had no idea. And this is something that I am sorry to say that I didn't realize, that a governor had so much power over
Enormous
the
power.
state. That is
Yeah.
what needs to change.
Yes.
It does.
I mean, governors used to be people who snipped ribbons, right?
Yeah.
You know, we're opening this new building and we're opening this school and they control people's lives on the ground. And that's why I'm really adamant about people who think global but act local. It's what's going on locally. that
Yes.
matters.
I 100% agree. I'm dumbfounded of how much a governor, it's like a governor is the president of every state.
Yeah. And I think this is the thing generally over the last 4 years. I'm not American, but you guys must know far more than you did when you started,
Yes.
you know, about really
Yes.
that's in our books that you can do that, you know, like.
Well, I've had to learn by fire hose, you know, especially when I started my YouTube channel. My subscribers held me accountable, and I thought, well, you know, I deserved it. I need to get up on all the situations and educate myself, so that when I do speak about it, it's always the truth, because I never want disinformation coming out. But anyways, if go ahead, Deanna, if you've already laid down, go for it.
Yeah.
Let's see what I got here. I got that they were on Greg Abbott. He knows what he's doing is wrong, is off balance.
Yeah.
But he got a solid offer or something. I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, something came in for him. I don't know. I got the money card again. But he's going ahead with this because I think he wants to try to be like Trump. He wants to please Trump. And that's what he would do. It's going to come out, though. I don't think it's going to work. I got this. Let's see here. What the communication card? There's going to be communication, and there's going to be lack of growth. I don't think it's going to. He got the Three of Pentacles, so I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. I don't think they're going to be able to manifest this.
Whoosh.
So much stuff going on.
What did you get, Lena?
Well, I don't think he'll be able to pull it off either. He's got the Hangman in the middle, so I suspect it'll stall for a while. But there's also the theft and holding on to money here. But even as professional readers, right, we see pentacles and we think money. But this is also values. So he's like stealing the evangelical Bible Belt values and thinking he can secure that voting block by doing this, right? That's his actual aim. But I don't think women are going to vote for him, which will be enough to sink his thing. But I'm really hoping that's right, because it's really hard to get rid of a Republican governor in Texas, as we know. He keeps giving them opportunities to cut him loose because he's so appalling. but I'm pleased to see this, I have to say.
And I think
At least it might be the death of that legislation. you
Right.
know.
I think that money card too has to do with them. You know, they're wanting to sue these teachers. If they even talk to a child about being gay or trans or anything, a child comes to them and wants to talk to them, they can sue them.
And I think the only way around all this, which is stupid but probably literal, is there have to be countersuing, which is what's happening in some states now about the repressed curriculum. People are countersuing that their children are entitled to an education that is more up to date than the Middle Ages, right? You know.
Yes.
Well, I really got some really interesting cards too. I also got the death of the Republicans.
Love it.
And
I like that one.
now when we were all reading before the election, the president's election, we said that Texas was going to go blue. Texas, I mean, a lot of it said. I even said Texas is going to go blue. I'm like, I'll see it when I believe it. I mean, I even had this. I don't believe it. It didn't, but it had that purple twinge to it.
Yeah,
and that's what they were really, really, really afraid of. That was where they're freaking out that they cannot lose Texas. They cannot. But his ploys, his antics are really, truly it's like the death of the Republican Party in there. Because I also have the deceit and the spy. But I also have the deceit and the spy. They're getting their own. They're getting their comeuppance. It's getting them. It's getting to them. I also have the 9 of Cups where the wish is fulfilled. Like they really, 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 really want everybody to have one religion, one way of going thing. And I want all of Texas to follow the Bible. I want the Bible to be our God. And that's where they light the candle, that one candle, the church lighting the candle. That's what they want. Wishes fulfilled. That's what they want. But here's what happens. And the two of Swords a lot of times is thinking too hard decisions, thinking like that. But in this is like slicing down the devil. Like the warriors coming with the swords and slicing down the devil. Now, all of that said, that's what's going up against Greg Abbott right now. I mean, he has a hard row to hoe at this point in time. And I just think that he's just walking his mansion all afraid and, with the light and the candle. And he's worried. He's worried. He knows exactly. I think the harder they push, the more of a jerk he is. The harder they push.
Now, Sheila, Deann, I'm sorry, I have to go, but thank you for this emergency session. I feel calmer.
Good. Thank you, Lena. Thank you for thinking about us over here in America.
Yeah, you take care. And it was great having a reading with you the other day, Deann. We did have fun.
I did have fun. I was so happy to meet you.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sheila, for organizing this.
Bye. Bye, hon.
Thank you, Sheila, for letting me come on.
Oh, of course. Well, I just wanted the audience to get to know you now. So let's talk about you.
Okay.
I knew that Alina had a little bit of time, so I just really wanted to get into some readings with her. So let's talk about you. So tell us, how did you come to get your own channel? What do you do on your channel? Tell us, how to get a hold of you. Do you do readings? What is it that you do? So honey, the platform is yours. Promote.
Well, I started about 4 years ago. When my mom had lived with me for about 24 years, and we were very close. When she had passed away, I had ended up taking a trip to get away to Nevada, and I got my first set of tarot cards and my first pendulum. And I was loving it. I would throw down cards and I would get answers, and then because of my upbringing, as a kid, I was like, oh, no, I'm doing something wrong. Threw them away. Got another deck later. It's like, what is wrong with me? I'm attracted to these things and I can't stop myself. And I was getting all these messages. I was able to even, I love the pendulum. I love crystals. Threw it away. And then it's like, oh, well, darn it. Well, then I started watching you guys, you and Danny and Lena and everybody. And I was like, because I thought, I was doing something wrong. You guys were awesome. You guys helped me because we had COVID and then we had all those, the political stuff. And you guys helped me get through that. Watching you guys calm me, help me get through that, made me realize that this was a good thing, that this was something that you guys were calming people and showing love, and everybody was so wonderful. So I thought, I like them, I'm going to learn them. So I started trying to teach myself and never had any formal classes. I started teaching myself and I did that for a while. And then I had a reading with Andrea and she said, well, you're psychic too. You should read your cone cards. You should do a channel. And I was like, no, I don't even like my picture taken. So I thought that would never happen in a million years. And so one day I decided to make a video and just try it. Read my cards. I thought it'd be fun reading for somebody besides myself and my daughter and my, other people. So I did a video and I just put it out and then I thought, well, this is fun. I really like this. So I started doing that. And then I've been on it for 2 months and I got like 504 subscribers, which I think is really good in 2 months. But what I do is I love the political. So you guys have helped me. I didn't know about politics until Trump. He made me feel like our democracy is in danger and you need to learn this now. And you need to do these tarot cards because they calm you down. And maybe I could do them and calm people down like you guys have helped me. And so I started doing them for that. And then I watched Scott Allen and Andrea on their mystery theater. I love mysteries so much. And I watch them all the time. And Scott reminds me of my brother-in-law I lost and my brother I lost. He sounds like him. He talks like him. I used to sleep with the headphones listening to him talk because I love his voice. It calmed me. It made me feel like, I don't know, close to them. So I got to meet Scott and he helped me out a little bit. And I decided I was going to do mysteries. I like mysteries. I'm going to do mysteries too. So I started making a channel that it's mostly political. I do a lot of mysteries. I research the mysteries. Then I do the cards. Then I do the tarot to see if we can figure out the mystery together. And then I got on with Kevin Loving Vibrations and Kathy, Dean, and Kirk, and a couple other people. And they had me on live readings. Well, then I had to do personal readings. So I started doing personal readings online live. So that was really good experience to learn. And so I really, really am enjoying this. So I just thought on the off chance, if there was a snowball's chance in hell, I'm going to reach out to Sheila and see if maybe she would want to read with me because I just thought I'd love to meet you. I've been watching you for years. I thought you were so cool. And I just thought she's just somebody I would like to hang out with. Even my husband loves you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
He does. And so I reached out to you and you got back to me. And then Danny, I'm going to be on his on the 9th.
Oh, I love that man.
Oh yeah. I love him too. And I've got like Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot. I got it on the 5th. I've got another one on the 1st with Sheila Angel Feather Tarot.
Yeah.
I've got another one. It's Kathleen Intuitive something or another. I got to look. Anyway, she does mysteries. We're going to do a mystery show together.
Oh, fantastic.
And, I have not done personal readings for anybody other than family, friends, things like that. But I want to do that. So I did leave my email so that, if anybody wants a personal reading, I will do it, Well,
I highly recommend when you do decide to do that, get a booking app. It will save your soul. A booking app is where you go on there, you spend like $25 or maybe even $30 a month, and they do the booking for you. They get the payment. They send off reminders to everybody 24 hours in advance. And it's perfect. And you set the time and then whatever you need, everything. And they just go on and they look and see what's available for them. They book it. They do all the stuff, and you get a notification. Oh, you have another booking. And then you just look at you look at your calendar, you got to do it. Anybody out there that wants an appointment app, it's like a secretary for $35 a month. It saves your soul. It really does.
Well, I've seen how you did where you would you would do barters if somebody.
I did do bartering right off the bat. Yeah, I did.
Because, and I figure, well, since I'm just starting out, and I'm going to do the same.
There you go.
And, I'm loving doing this. I'm meeting so many nice people. I have just, like I said, if you'd have told me a year ago, Dan, you're going to start a tarot channel, I would have said, you're crazy.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm coming up on 2 years in March.
Is it really?
Yeah, 2 years in March. So I know exactly that feeling of coming up on 500. I'm like, I was, you know how excited I was to get 100? I remember the day it went from 99 to 100. Oh, I mean, that was my reaction to 100. I was like, oh my gosh, I got 100 people watching me, you know. It was,
I know. I thought, and maybe after a year or two, I'll get to 5, you know, I'll get the 500. And it's been 2 months. I think I've done 100 and I don't know how many, 130 videos, something like that.
you know, that just means that the universe and the energy was ready for you.
That's what I feel like.
That's
I feel like this is a way to show that, because I have just prayed that if I'm on the right path, then open doors for me. And if it's what I'm meant to do, open doors. And if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's not, it's not. If in any case, either way, I'm having fun and I'm enjoying. And I'm not to the level where you are. I don't think. You've been doing this a lot longer than me, but I'm going to get there. And
well, my belief system is this: our spirituality is equal. And it doesn't matter if you've learned the tools 10 years or 2 years or 2 months. The tools speak to you the same as they speak to me. We are on equal playing field here. So never put yourself at a disadvantage or anything like that. You are equal with us. Okay?
Well, okay. Well, that's what I was really nervous at first about meeting you, because I'm like, oh, you know, I feel like you're here and I'm here.
Yeah,
you
no.
know, it's how I felt.
We walk shoulder and shoulder in this plane. So shoulder to shoulder.
I read the cards, I throw them down, and I talked to Scott too before I went on with you, you know, earlier today, Scott Allen. And I said, say a prayer for me, say something, you know, I'm get to meet Sheila and I'm so excited, but yeah, a little nervous. He goes, don't be nervous, Deann. He goes, just throw, he goes, I've been watching you. He goes, just throw the cards down and read what you get, you know?
Exactly. So.
But yeah, I'm just having so much fun with it. So yeah, now I went from I can't do this, I have to throw them away, to what other crystals and cards. And
hey, I was raised in a religious body that they did everything they could to teach me how to not be me.
Yes.
I too, you know, the tarot cards, the psychic, all of it was devil's work.
Yeah. The room I'm in right now, it's an extra bedroom. You can see my little Shield Maiden poster. I have it shut, and this is a room I could have that nobody uses. So I thought, well, why not do my readings and have my crystals?
Exactly.
And but I do have family members that, you know, like I have a sister that, you know, if she would come over, she'd be doing that. The devil, you know. But I gotta be me, and I don't know.
Yes, you do. And the thing about that, I am too. I don't conversate with people who are not on the same not like-minded like me. I don't conversate about what I do with them, because I do not want that confrontation with them. I don't want the confrontation in my own spirituality. I don't need disruptions.
Right.
You know, so I don't, it's okay if they don't believe, and it's okay if I don't have to show them, right? I don't have to be that for them. So,
yeah.
All right, my dear.
Shut my door, go in here, and if they come over, I'll shut the door, and if you know, I don't have to worry about it. It's like the politics thing. I have family members that are Trump supporters and friends, and it's just a conversation I just don't have with them.
Yep.
I just, you know, if we're going to get along, we can't talk about that, or just don't talk about that.
I have the same conversation. This is not a conversation we can have safely. That's what I tell them. So, all right, my dear. Well, I have to go, and my daughter and my grandson, I dropped them off at the movies right before I got on here. So I need to go get them, go retrieve them from the movies. The whole week, all the kids have been off this whole week, which is good because we've had like snowstorm upon snowstorm upon snowstorm. So it really worked out. Can you hear the dogs barking, or is it just me?
Yeah. Is that your little one that you adopted?
I have 4.
Oh, do you? That's okay. I love dogs.
Well, you put them all together, I have a medium dog, but you know what the heck. That's what I keep on telling myself anyway. But anyways, yeah, they're disturbing me right now. So, oh well.
Well, I
Anyhow,
appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm so happy I got to meet you.
oh, you're
And-
welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we will have to do this again.
And hopefully next time it won't be such chaos going on that is making us all,
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes the readings, the readings that we did came good. I mean, we really got some information on that. But anyhow, I gotta go because these dogs barking are driving me crazy.
Okay. I'll talk to you later then.
All right, hon. See you later.
Later. Bye, Sheila.
Bye bye.